when he did it would D off his Wi-Fi. And I even had his mom like verify the MAC address and everything for his Xbox. It was like Pavlov's dog because probably 1 out of every 6 or 7 times he started like pounding on the floor. I had this thing mounted to the ceiling in my closet because it's right by where he sat when he played. It would just knock his Xbox offline entirely.
That's cool. I'm all for that. So here's the SDR. And now it's in the 2mm handband. I mean, it's not super good, and I don't have really good antenna. But it's the gist of it. That's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah. It's like that's nothing. I don't know what that is. But yeah.
I mean, I figure you'd have to have a fairly wide capture range because, Wi-Fi is broken into distinct channels. You wouldn't know what channel the initial handshake's occurring on.
Okay, I have a...
Unless you know the network already.
So I don't use the SDR for Wi-Fi hacking because it's not meant for it. It's not a Wi-Fi card. I mean, they could theoretically do 2.4 gigahertz, I think, but not meant for it. I use this alpha Wi-Fi card, which could be put into monitoring mode, and I use AeroDump to see the channel of the network, and then I just say, give me data from that channel, from the MAC address of the router, and then I use AirSplay to send you off, and then the connection happens, and I capture that in the 4-way handshake or on WP3. It's just like the DIM. But yeah, and then I crack it with AirCrack.
That's cool. I never got into that stuff.
It's fun. Very fun.
A lot of my buddies are into it, but...
Yes, my school's not too happy, though. I mean, I hacked their website, their Wi-Fi password, their camera.
Schools are never happy.
That's true. That's true.
I remember, 10 years after I got out of high school, I went back and looked at the high school website, and they had a bunch of, the projects that I did in chemistry, that all the kids did in chemistry from my class. And someone had hacked the PowerPoint presentations on the website and put, just dicks all over them.
That's cool. See? This is the stuff that I could do. But I couldn't do anything like that. I mean, it's a private school, and it's a very closed community. So, I'd get, really pissed. But I did other stuff. Instead of doing something offensive to their website, I just took it down and wrote my name on it. Just header 1, nothing, and header. That was basically it. But, yeah, very cool. Yeah. Sivia, what are you doing?
Well,
I can't really see
modding
that
a
well,
Nerf gun.
But
I was working on it yesterday. It became a pain in the ass. I took a break. Now I'm going back to it.
I see.
And the reason why it's being a pain in the ass is because, I'm using 12-gauge wire. Which is overkill for this.
Yeah, this is the Nerf thing? Or...
Yeah. It's an integration. Nerf Rebel Rapid Red integrated with a Exploder's sneak attack. Basically, making it do is have a flywheel blaster that can turn 90 degrees left or right. Super gimmicky, but I don't care. I'm bored.
Breaking up for you guys too?
Yeah, he's breaking up, but I could hear him. I could
kind of tell what he's saying.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm really tired from last night.
Every time he mentioned an integration,
yeah,
the name of the integration dropped away.
Yeah.
So it's I know what he's making, but I have no idea what he's integrating it with.
Rapid Red and a sneak attack. Rapid Red's Nerf. Sneak attack is Exploders, which is basically a gel blaster brand. That's pretty much dead.
We have 2 Pi guys. Are they together or?
They are my 2 accounts. My computer doesn't have a microphone, so I'm using my phone for voice, and if I need to share my screen or something, I've got the other one.
Alright. I was just wondering, like,
And
what's
I've
happening?
got it on the second monitor so I can see what people are doing. I just run my phone for microphone, so.
Alright. Yeah. I'm really tired. I helped the sweetie set up a pie hole, and it wasn't working out, so I had to SSH into his Raspberry Pi from halfway across the world and do it for him. So
I was working on some cloud init stuff. I have a program that'll do a headless setup of the latest Ubuntu completely on Wi-Fi, which is a problem that they've been having.
cool. Yeah.
I should check it, but I'm a maintainer of Octoprint, so I'm standing up new Raspberry Pi images like every day.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I have VirtualBox, so I could do whatever OS I need
Yeah.
whenever.
That's nice.
What kind of stuff are you doing with Octoprint?
I'm a maintainer.
Yeah, but like what stuff do you primarily work on?
Docker. I'm the lead for the Docker team.
Nice.
Wait, what do you mean? Like,
Can I see the smoke?
you're the lead for the Docker? Like,
Okay, you can see the smoke.
So if you use Octoprint and you install it with Docker, I'm the guy that wrote your image.
I just used the stock image.
very cool. Very impressive.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not familiar with Docker or Octoprint, so, but I could.
I use Octoprint almost daily. It's on my
Oh, God!
machine.
Yeah.
Honestly, thank you, dude.
What'd you do? You burn yourself?
No, I just heard the underground theme for Super Mario Brothers. Not Super Mario Brothers. Yeah.
Yes. So that's my.
I just. Oh my
I thought
God.
you burned yourself with your soldering iron or something. Shit. I'm sorry. I got my phone sitting right next to my mic.
No. If I burn
Yeah,
myself with my soldering iron, you'd be saying, "Oh shit, 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 fuck, shit."
I have like a T100. Like, damn. Cool.
Let's see. Damn it. This is what happens when you use a program once and then don't come back to it for 2 months. You forget how to make things work.
Yeah. And this is Octoprint that you're using right now?
No, FreeCAD. I'm going to start doing the 3D model for that, the bench and cabinet I was talking about.
Well, that'd be cool. Yeah. Alright. I might be getting a 3D printer soon, I hope.
Yeah, same here.
What?
Do you know what kind?
Probably like an Ender.
They're nice.
Or a Flash Forge.
Yeah.
Something.
The only thing about the Ender I'd say is, and I don't think you'll have a problem, just based on what you've told me about your stuff already, is just the Ender is not like plug and play. You got to do a lot of adjustments and crap like that.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll have a problem. I had a guy that I started helping out, and like it's been 2 months and he still can't even get it to, and I just can't even get him to go back and like make sure everything's square and level. And
I have a 2D plotter, but it's not 3D, and it just uses a pen to draw stuff. Pretty cool.
Thinking of making a plotter out of that Ender 3 that I run in the basement.
I tried to. My mom does like greeting cards, and I tried to convince her to want a plotter so I could make her one for Christmas, and she wouldn't do it. So I'm creating a video doorbell for her.
Oh God, that son of joint's gonna be.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, how are you doing that? Is there like free? Is there free? Because I was thinking something similar from my father. Well, for the house. But, like, an open source, like, kind of like Ring.
There will be when I'm done with this.
Oh, shit. Alright, let's go.
Is it by chance Pi Zero based?
The fuck's on the TV?
I've gone back and forth on the Pi Zero or ESP32 cam, and I haven't decided which yet because it comes down to the camera and the camera capabilities. So there's a couple different cameras that you can use. There's the OV 2640, which works with the ESP32 cam. The Pi Zero can do the OV5640, which is something that you can do with IR, which is what I originally designed this for. So first off with, this is actually a piece of black acrylic. So right now it's just got protective covering on it. But if you've ever seen like a Raspberry Pi cam, how it has the two like infrared bulbs on it, even though
Infrared's important at night.
Yeah, even though the human eye can't see through this stuff, those infrared LEDs can transmit through this stuff. So
Alright, that's cool.
It'll have a hole here for the camera, and then this is, I've got a couple different buttons, and it'll have a hole here for the button, and then I've got an ultrasonic sensor and a PIR sensors, and I may use one or the other or both.
What's PIR? Is that like IR?
Motion. Yeah, it just detects motion, whereas ultrasonic will do distance. But the ultrasonic sensor I got can actually do like facial recognition and like.
How does it do that?
I haven't actually looked at the libraries yet, so I couldn't tell you.
Facial recognition through Sonic?
It must be like a mapping system of some kind.
When I played around with Sonic, it was
I literally have bought the components, and I haven't, and I can show you the components, but basically you can also do things like create like hand symbols or something, and I could be like, okay, this symbol is what you need to do to unlock it, and it can recognize if you're doing the right symbol.
Through IR or through the regular camera? Or through the Sonic or just regular camera?
Through the ultrasonic sensor. And I don't know how. Like I said, I haven't looked at it. It doesn't make sense to me because whatever. But
doesn't make sense to me either.
All I've done is bought the components. And I don't have, the one thing I don't have in my workshop yet is a variable AC transformer. So I just went to the hardware store and bought a, it's not completely variable, but it's just a doorbell transformer for like what you would normally have, and it can do 3 different AC output voltages, depending on which of these you pair together. So it can do 24 volts, 16 volts, or 8 volts.
All right, that's
so this is what I've used to test everything, setting up.
Shit.
That's a very cool project.
If I'm gonna use. So, I mean, I gotta do this in the next 2 days, obviously. But I was gonna CNC
Why
out.
in the next 2 days?
Because Christmas is Friday and I have to work.
All right, yeah.
The other day.
My mistake. Sorry, I'm unfamiliar.
But I may wind up, so right now I'm using, I'm thinking I'm gonna be using the ESP32 cam.
Oh, that's tiny,
and I
though.
bought a special camera for it.
Okay, isn't there anything, like, wide? Like
this is a 222-degree wide-angle lens.
That tiny thing.
Yeah. And I actually have I'm going to be using a different camera for it if I use the ESP32 cam. So I'm actually going to use this.
Okay, that's a little bit bigger. All right.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I had just forgotten that I was going to be in a meeting because I'm a mod on another server. So,
This doesn't have, or it has an IR filter in it, and so that would mean I don't have IR.
Fuck, I wish I had a
helping
hand.
Sensor light anyway, so I may not need it. And so I think what it's going to come down to whether or not I use a Pi Zero W or
Wait,
ESP32 is.
Wait, why is IR not important?
Well, because she's got motion lights in the driveway.
So it would already be illuminated if someone's there.
Already flooding the area, right? So I may not need the IR.
I'm very very thinking about doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Have you have an idea on the code yet?
Yeah, the code's the easiest part.
And
There's
it'll, if someone pushes the button, yeah, of course.
May I ask what we are talking about? Give me a briefing.
Does
not have to be detailed because I do
a
not.
wireless video doorbell I'm making for my mom for Christmas.
And you're making a video doorbell? Okay, nice.
Tell them what the ultrasonic. That was really neat.
So
I would actually recommend having an IR filter on it because, sunlight breaking sensors and shit.
yeah, and I have the IR filter on it right now. Like, there's a couple different cameras. One of them's meant for like night vision, but the
I can't have an
filter
IR.
on the ES32 isn't big enough to handle it. So I would
if you
use
don't have a big purple shine, you kind of.
right. We were getting there. You jumped in the middle. So you're kind of getting the replay, but
Yeah, but like cameras is something I can actually do because
So what I've come down to, so I do have this ultrasonic sensor that I got, and I also have PIR sensors.
PIR.
Motion sensor.
Those white balls, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, have the ability to do things like facial recognition, or even create you have finger symbols or something you can make that is like a recognized passphrase instead of having to punch in a code or whatever, and that can automatically trigger the unlock. She does have a motorized unlock already. Right now, it's just pin-pad entry, but yeah. So my actual biggest focus thus far has just been making sure that whatever I do can withstand the element.
So if you push the button, it'll stream to like an app or what?
Yeah. So I'm gonna set up a Home Assistant Raspberry Pi in her house somewhere.
So what's that? So it'll be like Google's or something?
Home Assistant is like a home automation app that is open source and self-hosted.
I like open source.
Yeah, so it's free, and that's a big thing. She wants a video doorbell that's free, and obviously there's none on the market that don't have like a subscription plan, where the stuff goes to the cloud and then.
Wait, really?
Yeah, not that I could find.
Ring's not free?
I mean,
Ring is not free.
But then you can have 5 cameras, but the cameras themselves cost $120 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a Cisco system that'll let you.
And
but you still have to pay like a $5 a month fee or whatever because it streams to the cloud.
I do not need to pay any fees at all.
And sends for a ring? No fees for a ring?
No, not for a ring. It's no doorbell, but like for my cameras. I can have a cloud service, but up to 5 cameras it's free, but it doesn't record over the cloud. It records directly to the devices that you have connected to it. So the base station you can plug in a few terabytes of storage to, and you are golden just there.
Yeah.
The base station itself has some memory too, so it can record up to like a month in low quality, because it has motion and sound sensors in the cameras themselves.
Alright.
I have good night vision and stuff like that, but that package only is for CCTV, not anything else. And if you take one of those cameras, you barely can see that it looks like they can only run batteries.
I like how we're talking about one thing, and you're like, here's this other thing that's totally not going to work for this thing, but this is this thing.
It might if you hack it.
Well, why hack something when I can custom build exactly what I want,
That's true. I need to go. I need to get something for my father. But keep me updated on the project. Sounds really interesting. I want to emulate it. And the Sweetie, you wanted to do the other project with the clickety from your computer? I think I could help. Not sure. But it'll have to be in a bit. You said the other project where you wanted to turn on lights from your computer.
Oh yeah, the clickety thing.
Yeah, exactly. I could probably do that later, but not now. I need to get my father signed. So I'll hopefully be back.
It is no hurry with that project at all. Just now I use my foot to push that button on the thing under my desk.
It's not, okay. Alright. But Chief.js, very cool project.
Yeah, long live Chief on GitHub. So if you follow that, you'll Long live cheap.
Oh, you have a GitHub?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
GitHub. Long live cheap.
Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. I also have a GitHub. Very cool.
I do not.
Wait, you don't have a GitHub?
I don't have
I
a
think
GitHub.
that's something that you need to change.
I got a GitHub account, but I don't have a GitHub.
Supreme
Yeah.
software.
Yeah, all one word. Long live cheap. I'll send you. Let's see if I can PM from this screen. There we go. I'll just there.
By the way,
Okay, cool. That works.
Or it might show up in one of my organizations, so I'll let you know.
I have a question
But
for you.
it could show up there too. Yeah, what's up?
I'm curious, since you have been basically expanding on your setup for so many years in comparison to me, what setup do you have? Like, what specs do you have in your main machine?
In my PC?
Yeah.
It's let's see, it's a Core i7 8700K, like 8th gen Intel CPU, like 12 core.
Yeah.
Alright, I will be back. See ya.
I have a RTX Super 2070 XC Ultra for GPU and a GTX 1080 for a second one, so that I can do discrete VFIO pass-through, so that I can do like.
Nice.
So that basically means like instead of dual booting, I actually have one of my hard disks actually has a native Windows installation on it, and I stand that up with a virtual wrapper.
So you
And
basically.
so I natively boot my native partition, and I can dedicate an entire GPU to it, so that I'm not like virtualizing graphics performance.
Is it the TI model or is it just the normal 1080?
It's an Asus model, so it's not a TI, but it's boosted.
Just the normal 1080 OC then.
Yes.
Okay.
And then 32 gigs of RAM, or maybe it's 16. I don't know. No, it's 32. 5 or 6 different disks. I got a couple.
It's just the main specs I'm quite interested in. To be honest.
I have some NAND drives, and I have some solid state drives, and then I've got like one spinning drive as well.
The solid state ones are usually called an NAND one because they use NAND flash.
So let's see, I've got an M2 2280 form factor, like 1 terabyte. It's like really tiny.
Yeah, I know.
And then I have a couple of the 2.5 inch solid state ones. Yeah. Yep.
In mine, I have one M2, 2 normal SATA SSDs, and 2 4 terabyte hard drives, just for the bulk.
And it's liquid cooled, or at least the CPU is liquid cooled, not the GPU.
Yeah, same here. I mean, you have a pretty good setup there.
Yeah, for the most part, it's off the shelf, like a Best Buy like performance gaming PC, and then I just added extra storage capacity and another GPU to it. So,
do you remember what frequency your CPU is running?
8700K.
What frequency, and not the number of it?
Not cycles. I don't. It's 2.87 gigahertz, maybe. No, it's maybe it's.
I would actually guess around 3.8.
That might be right. Yeah.
I mean, I have a 7th gen i9, and I have base clock 3.3 and turbo 3.5, but I overclocked it because I have liquid cooling, so I run 3.6 gigahertz.
I should actually be able to tell.
Yeah, you can literally just open up your task manager.
Yeah. Well, I'm not in Windows at all, so I'm just looking at my system monitor here.
Oh yeah. What OS? I suppose then a Linux based, because Mac OS kind of sucks.
Yes, just running Ubuntu on this particular. I have got a bunch of different machines, so I've got like 6 different hard disks and probably 12 different machines, and they can all kind of boot each other through virtualization. So
That's cool.
Mess that up.
I mean, I would like to be able to do that, but I have no use for it.
Actually, I'm at 4398. Wait, no, 3.7 gigahertz. Yeah.
So
it's an i7 8700K.
And that is all core clock?
It is what?
Is that all core clock on all 12 cores?
I don't know. I believe so.
But
I overclock it when I'm on some of the machines, and I think I get up to about 4.10 gigahertz.
Yeah, the boost clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, your computer might actually be able to take mine in quite a few benchmarks. Yes, you know. And it's kind of embarrassing because I paid like $21,000 for my setup.
Mine, I've paid about $2,400 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the base machine that I bought off the shelf was like $1,800, and then I spent another $750 or so on
the
graphics, and then another $400 or $500 on storage. I mean, so I bought it from an electronics store specializing in gaming rigs, and so off the shelf it was a gaming performance machine already. And
do you want to know what I spent on my base machine?
Sure.
Around $6,000, and yours might be capable of actually ruling over mine in a lot of benchmarks, to be honest.
Yeah.
But in those specific tasks that I use it for, that you might not be able to take me. I run a lot of servers, so I have a lot of RAM. As of right now, though, no servers are up because I recently reset all of my computer.
Yeah, I do a lot of compiling and builds and stuff like that, so use it mostly for that.
I mean, closest to that, I think, is that I 3D model shit that I 3D print.
Yeah, and that's why I do the GPUs, so that I could do 3D modeling.
Yeah, I game a lot on my computer too, so I have a 1080 Ti. It's starting to get a little bit dated, but it's still handling every game that I play really fine. By the way, I like the monster you have. It's really fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, that one I would actually consider to say is my favorite one, I think.
That's why I'm drinking it.
Yeah. Are you good with 3D modeling, by the way?
I'm not a novice, but I'm not an expert. So, I'm barely intermediate. Is I can do things that are like parametric, but I have a hard time once you have to start doing like mesh modeling and stuff like that. So
I don't even know what mesh modeling is. So, but if we do like that, I'm using 123 design as you saw earlier.
I use mostly FreeCAD and Fusion 360.
Yeah, but if I say like this, how big of a knob should I create on the screw for it to be a comfortable, like, thumb screw?
Probably 40 millimeters.
40 millimeters? That should be around like this big.
That's fair size.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at your screen, so I'm just thinking like a thumb screw. I'd have to see the.
Yeah, like in my camera.
I'm trying to get back to the thing to see where you're at. Let's see. Okay.
I usually go for 30, but
should I land in between the two numbers then and do a 35?
So what is that? A 3 millimeter thread?
It's an M6.
M6. Yeah, probably 25 to 30 millimeters.
The only thing that is gonna like pull it is that it's gonna be on a tip, so that will make less friction.
The thing you really got to watch for is just what resolution you're able to achieve, because if you do like ridges on the exterior of it or something to help you with friction, if you make it too small, then those ridges will just get sliced out, you know?
Yeah, I know. Although I probably won't make that. Maybe I would.
Soldering
like
is
thumbscrew.
AIDS.
Basically, like works, you know, the
Mhm.
shape of it works. That is probably the most detail I would put into a thumbscrew, to be honest.
I put together a screw just recently. It was very slapped together, but I went for this
Yeah,
sort of.
That has a
Not
lot more
quite
knurlings
knurled.
that I would do. But yeah, that is kind of the same style. I kind of want to go for the top of this with. Although I also have to design a base plate for this that goes together so that I can like lock the base plate onto this nut and still have the springs captured on it, so it always the spring loads the thumb screw.
Sorry to intervene, but what are we making at the moment?
A lot of shit.
Oh, of course.
Whatever we
You in
want.
particular, sweetie.
I am trying to make a kind of piano for my guitar.
Oh,
So I have these. That I'm
you're
gonna
trying to make a hurdy-gurdy from your guitar.
That's hilarious. Hurdy-gurdy. You're right.
I am trying to make a piano out of my guitar.
Shit.
That
It
is
sits
really
on the
cool.
at the bottom,
Yes.
not on the neck. Oh,
Think of me playing my guitar like this.
Oh, shit. Where's
Yeah.
the battery?
How are you going to pluck it?
With those.
So they'll create enough vibration?
You're stepping.
I'm gonna hit those against the strings, and that will make it basically like finger tapping, but a clearer sound because your fingers are mushy. Those are not. I could actually show you the difference.
And transfer, yeah, it's less, it doesn't absorb as much energy, so the energy transfer is cleaner. Yeah, I gotcha.
No, but like I could really show you the difference in between it.
I have a buddy that would love that project.
Yeah, sadly enough, I'm creating this for an 8-string with like very specific measurements in between strings. But if he has a 6-string, you might be able to remodel the file so he could use it too.
He plays a lot of stringed instruments. His favorite's actually the what's the tiny little thing?
The ukulele.
Yes, the ukulele. That's what he loves to play. But he plays guitar and everything. He's a musical savant. But he's not a maker. Not really. Like he's competent, but he doesn't have any of the stuff.
If you think of it like this, you could make this for him if you would like to.
He lives across country, so I could ship it to him. But that would make it
ship
difficult for tests for fit and stuff like that, you know.
You hear this sound?
Wow, that is very clear.
That is with my finger. If I would take, say, just the usual 3D print, like this small one, I will have more force than the other ones, so this will not be an exact replication. But if I take a usual 3D print with basically the same force then,
Wow.
yeah, it's like night and day.
Yeah, that's not what I expected. It almost has an electronic sound to it too.
And the low
Well,
strings.
it is an electronic.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, you hear it, cleaner.
Yeah, I know. So, if I, for example, take this and try to hold it in right place, instead of my finger basically absorbs everything when I hit down there, and if I hit even closer to the actual bridge, and I could use that.
Wow.
Someone's having a mental breakdown.
I thought is he screaming or is he just using the drill?
No! I am screaming! Fucking solder cancer! Granted, mainly because I have suck at it, and this is 12 gauge wire, which I'm not used to.
Okay. Back to the instruments. Oh, this is
It's
nice.
so much clearer.
Yes.
You see, I don't even have to hit hard.
I need 18 gauge.
And I could hit easily multiple at the same time.
I could totally just desolder everything, say fuck it, and then switch to 18 gauge. I have the capabilities. I just gotta get the 18 gauge.
So, see why I kind of want to continue with this project?
It is a very nice thing.
Yeah.
You will be the center of attention if you show up with this.
Yeah, I know. But I want to make this quite easily detachable.
Yes.
So that I don't have to fit this like it is right here in my case, because my case is a slim fit, so it actually pushes fabric right up against it.
Mm. So,
So-
your model is something of a quick disconnect.
I kind of want to figure a quick disconnect out, yes.
Okay.
Do you like music too?
No, I hate it.
What kind of music are you into then?
The good kind.
Would help if
Like
I had the
Pac-Man?
fucking soldering iron on.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know. I just love to be able to make sound effects with it. Like, ever been in a game where you're in this spooky kind of alienated place and something bad is about to happen?
Yeah. That's good.
Alright.
That's
Yeah.
that's a little bit of a slide whistle effect to it too.
Yeah, no, because I put a delay on it and I put my ring like this. I push it out, as you see.
Wait, you use your ring to.
I mean, I could use a slide for the same purpose, but then I would hit way too many strings to make a good sound effect. And it doesn't click as much as when you go between the strings.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so I just use my ring.
Mr. Winter Garden Junior here.
So, yeah.
Nice, very nice.
That is my current guitar project.
Very cool.
Although, now when I think about it, it might not work to have the quick disconnect up here, because that is still higher than the bridge itself.
You
And I
could
would-
use just a very, very small dovetail connector. Low profile, I must say.
You actually said something really interesting there.
Thank you. Trust me,
That
I'm an
might
engineer.
be the option I'm gonna go for. Do you want to 3D model it for me?
See what you did? You opened your mouth.
I mean,
All good ideas are rewarded in this stream.
I could reset so I don't have this hole anymore, because that is too high. I can nearly guarantee that. But
The
within
model you
this,
were showing, is that the current version you had in your hands?
no, without this hole, it will be though.
Ah, okay, but it is the yeah. How do you
Basically,
say
the
it?
current version. But you can see here, there's a lot of girth down here to put a dovetail.
Yes.
So what I could do is just delete that hole.
You don't have to delete everything. You could just add a 60-degree edge on the bottom.
Yeah, but like, you use the plan of it, like, this hole was to be a hinge. So that I could have a screw in the back. So this could, like, tilt up and down. Like this, basically. Tilt like that, but around this axis.
Yeah.
So that I could, fine-tune how much force I need to put in to get a specific amount of noise out of my guitar.
Yes. You could still do that, but then add a base plate with the dovetail connector.
That would mean that I have to spin the dovetail instead. So this hole would kind of be useless.
Depends on it. The difficult thing is to express what you are thinking in your head, of course. Well,
if you think of it like this, this hole will be useless because I need to rotate the whole dovetail if it's going to be a quick disconnect on a dovetail. Because the dovetail itself will hold this in basically straight from all angles. So if I just would screw in a dovetail to my guitar and slide this on there, I couldn't tilt this, no matter what I do. That is what I'm thinking. Although, it's easy to make a low-profile dovetail that you could basically just have a slider that goes all the way to the screw even. Then you just put on a low-profile hinge on this end. And you just eat up a bit of the things here, so you could put a screw through and make a hinge that is under this whole contraption right here. And the dovetail just makes sure to stick hardly into the rest. I'm gonna print this in 100% NFL too, so that it actually will hold up. So it's not gonna be any flex and shit in it. That might be good to know. What? PLA.
What is your PLA?
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and remove that hole and I remove this.
Why PLA?
Because that's the easiest.
Well, it is stiff enough.
Yeah, of course. PLA is what is holding up my camera as of right now.
I usually go with PETG these days.
What's PTEG?
PETG.
PETG is the type of plastic.
Plastic bottles with an extra spice.
It's a little bit stronger, but it's still easy to print. So it's kind of got a lot of the strength and temperature properties of ABS, but it's easy to print as PLA. And it usually can flex without snapping. So it's not like a flexible filament, but it can absorb, impacts without. It usually the lifetime when you're doing striking actions with it, it lasts a lot longer than PLA, which is why I was asking about PLA, because it might something like that might be a little bit better for PET.
PETG, if I am not mistaken, should have a heated bed when you print it, though, right?
You can, or you can do it without. I prefer to have a heated bed with it, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I do not have a heated bed, and I have wind, so I would most definitely get warping.
Yeah.
Since I will print it in 100%.
Yeah, wind is the biggest problem with PET because the expansion problem with it, with the foot cools too quick, it'll curl.
Yeah. That would be a problem for me because I do have wind and shit.
You could try improvising a heated chamber. It's not nearly as good as a heated bed with no heated bed.
I know I have tried
find a way to heat
improvising
it.
that, but it didn't really work for me. Yes, you know.
Normally, I just take a big piece of cardboard and stick it in front or behind the printer. I won't have this problem in 2 weeks because I'll have my bay built that I'm designing right now. But take a big cardboard box, and as long as you keep convection currents out, it'll keep that area hot and it'll be warm enough, and it prints just fine.
That is the wrong part. I did extrude.
Damn it.
Yeah, 3D printing is really cool.
It really is. I think actually I'm designing a table here with 3D printed joints, just to attach the legs to the surface, so I don't have to go to the trouble of making the table properly. I think I might have solved some of my problems.
Good.
So is this Discord server new?
Like 4 days now.
Okay. I was saying because I saw some of Zach's videos before and didn't see the Discord, but one of the ones I watched just the other day had it.
Only on the new one, I think.
That might be.